This is PeDependent, and we will be talking about teaching versus coaching. A teacher is a subject expert who imparts knowledge, an experienced professional. However, the line between a teacher and a coach is drawn at their relationship with the student. So, we have 5 subtopics in this report. I will discuss teaching, Brent will discuss coaching, Relato will report about Bloom's taxonomy, Paulo will discuss about learning and performance, and lastly, Iman will report about safety and risk. As we already know, teaching is the imparting of new knowledge or introduction to someone else. Teaching is focused on imparting knowledge and learning, where the teacher is in charge of the interaction. It has little to do with the student as an individual. So basically, teaching introduces new topics and ideas to students. And these are some criteria of teaching. They expertise in talking to subjects to establish a baseline understanding. In subject, they usually do prior knowledge of what is being taught. The atmosphere, more informal, in school, or by appointment. Prior activity, dissemination of information. Their style is by the book, and testing by recall of facts or formal leveling up process. But after all, which is better? Both coaches and teachers fill different roles and complement each other in certain ways. A teacher has to stand in front of class of 30 or more students. It becomes hard for that individual to divide their attention and guide each student individually. So now, Brent will discuss coaching.
Hi, I'm Brent, here to discuss what is coaching. Coaching is a form of development which an experienced person, called a coach, supports a learner in achieving personal goal by providing training and guidance. The essence of coaching is to help a person change in the way they wish and helping them go in the direction they want to go. Coaching supports a person at every level in becoming which they want to be. And last, coaching builds awareness, empowers choice, and leads to change. A program designed for training in specific skills is a process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors given by our coaches. Accomplishment with the help of our coaches. That is coaching all about. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Relato again, and now I'll talk about Bloom's taxonomy. So, Bloom's taxonomy is a hierarchical ordering of skills that can both help teachers teach and the students to learn. Before we dig deeper about Bloom's taxonomy, let us first go into its history. So, Bloom's taxonomy was created by Benjamin Bloom in 1956, and it was published as a kind of classification for the learning objectives and outcomes that have been used ever since the beginning to write assessments, to writing questions, and even evaluations. The original sequence of cognitive skills were knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. The framework was revised in 2001 by Lauren Anderson and David Krathwold, yielding the revised Bloom's taxonomy. Now we will talk about the original taxonomy, which was created in 1956, which from the hierarchical order is knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and the highest being evaluation. Knowledge involves the recall of specifics and universals. Comprehension refers to a type of understanding to a certain topic. Application refers to the abstractions in particular and concrete situations. Analysis represents the breakdown of a communication into its constituent elements. Synthesis involves the putting together of elements in order to form a whole. Evaluation refers to judgment about the value of material and methods for given purposes. And now we will talk about the revised taxonomy. Now, what you see behind me is the revised taxonomy that was done in 2001, in which the hierarchical order is remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. Remembering refers to retrieving relevant knowledge from long term memory. Understanding is when you can construct meaning from instructional messages. Applying is when you carry out a procedure in a given situation. Analyze is the same as apply as it uses a procedure in a given situation. Evaluating means you can make judgment based on criteria and standards. And then lastly, creating means putting elements together to form a coherent whole. So the question now here is, why should we use Bloom's taxonomy? The authors of the Bloom's taxonomy added three main points on why we should use it or keep using it. The first reason is that establishing objectives is very important for the teachers and the students so that they can both find the purpose of the interchange. The second reason is organizing objectives help clarify objectives for both the teachers and the students. And the third reason is having organized objectives help the teachers to plan and deliver the instructions well so that the students can learn. So I guess we can all say that the Bloom's taxonomy is very useful. So once again, I'm Relato and see you next time.
Hello again, this is Paulo Yusay. Today I'm here to talk about learning and performance, the main benefits and reasons for school. But before we talk about that, we must first talk about the main goal of a teacher, education. According to Adolf Erich Meyer, who is a professor of educational history of the New York University, education is a discipline that is concerned with the methods of teaching and learning in schools or school-like environments. The result of this teaching is the education of the students. But how can we tell if a student is learning and can perform well? The main way of telling if a student is learning or not is a test. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, a test is something that measures the skill, knowledge, intelligence, capacities, or aptitudes of an individual or group. These tests are a very important part of teaching, as without them, a teacher will not be able to properly determine if the students did or did not learn. There are multiple types of tests, and all of them allow the student to perform what they learned properly, whether it would be answering a written test, oral recitation, or having to do a physical test. All of these kinds of tests will be able to gauge a student's learning, while also seeing how the student will be able to use these skills or use them in performance. Some examples of tests are written examinations, physical examinations, plays, group projects, live performances, and more.
Hi, I'm Eddie Manuel Tuzon, and I'm about to report about safety and risk in teaching. Safety is defined as a freedom from risk, and risk is the possibility of suffering harm or loss. Both controllable and uncontrollable factors affect risk. Awareness of these factors and willingness to manage controllable risk by modifying driver behavior is essential to any safety and risk management goals. In a classroom environment, significant health and safety issues, including class size, student behavior, student maturity, limitation of space, layout, and equipment, all these potential sources of harm should be covered in one's classroom risk assessment. Assessing the possible hazards in a workplace and the risks associated with these hazards is a good thing for a safe class or workplace. These are the steps on assessing the risk and safety of one's classroom or workplace. We are the group PeDependent, and thank you for listening to our report. Ciao!